What's up, everyone? Welcome to weekend episode of the Inside Post. Today we have the Monmouth Park card for the Haskell race. We're going to be capping these 5 graded stakes races 5, 6, 10, 11, and 12, giving you our best bet inside pick, a next up contender, and one long shot for this graded stakes action at Monmouth. Make sure to like down below and subscribe. Go check out our American Oaks race as well. That's also on the channel for the return of Torpedo Anna. Here we have a great crop of 3-year-olds in the Haskell. So kicking it off in race number 5, a mile and an eighth on the turf, we have the Matchmaker in here, a grade 3, a really good horse, coming in number 1, and Delahaye right now is our top pick for Chad Brown. Flavion Pratt has some good early speed, late speed figures if needed. Has done it twice coming off the pace in her last 2 starts, best notably in the Mint Julep, grade 3. 92 speed figure in there. 93 speed figure in the Distaff. Was beat out by Chili Flag and Coppice. So definitely one that's in really good form. The workouts look pretty sharp. Chad Brown, Flavion Pratt, definitely teaming up gives this horse another boost, as well as Tyler Gaffleon has been aboard recently. I believe Tyler's at Saratoga for the weekend. Second pick, going to the outside, the other Chad Brown, or another Chad Brown in Butte Kachi. Frankie Dettori gets them out here for Chad. Again, he won on this horse in the Ginny Wiley. Posted a career best 101 speed figure in there. Horse has a great tacticalness, probably a horse that could go to the lead and play spoiler like it did in the Ginny Wiley. So we'll see. In just the game at Saratoga, however, finished a terrible 7th in there. 90 speed figure in there, was checked into the first turn and then just kind of stopped running after it kind of checked up. But a pretty good price, 3-1, definitely one to use on the tickets. And then probably definitely going to have to spread on this race because it's a pretty wide open field. 6 Sacred Wish is really good as our third pick for George Weaver. Luis Saez in the Eatontown at Monmouth, however, finished 4th in there as a heavy favorite. Was beat out by Tax Implications and another horse that's in here in Mana June. Best win right now, last time, 62K optional claimer of non-winners. Easily won in there. It was a heavy favorite. And then has just struggled to find the winner's circle, especially in some graded stakes races. So we'll see kind of what this horse is going to go. 5-1, it's not a bad price. Luis Saez will get them out for the first time. So that should help this horse out a little bit. But again, there's really other good horses in here. Chad Brown has another. Todd Pletcher has surprisingly a good horse. And 4th, we're going to use Olivia Moralda. William Walden is hitting pretty good right now. Gets Florent Giroux aboard instead of the Flavion Pratt mount. Comes out of the Gamely, finishing 2nd. Not bad running in there. Beat out by Anisette, who's a really good horse. So should have a little bit of class release coming out of that grade 1 victory. And should be able to step forward in here with a pretty good workout at Saratoga back in July. So kind of using a lot of horses in this last leg of this pick 5 early on. I believe this starts like a middle pick 5 as well. So definitely going to have to spread in here as this is a wide open betting race for sure. Race 6, we have the Molly Pitcher. This is a grade 3 in here for fillies and mares, going a mile and a 16th. Another great betting race. However, we have Idiomatic. Yes, the top of her class right now. Just look at her stat line: 14, 10, 2 and 2, 3.1 million in earnings. Just incredible what this horse has been able to do out of Curlin. We'll get Florent Giroux aboard for Brad Cox. Look at the slew of grade 1s that she's came out of. Yes, she got beat last time out in the Ogden Phipps by Randomize. I think she just comes back in here and should easily beat this field. But hopefully we're not seeing a little bit of regression from her. The track was fast. I just think Randomized just definitely ran her best race in there. So we'll see. Idiomatic should be able to back it up and get back to her winning ways for sure, moving herself into summer contention for Breeders' Cup. Second, Just Catherine is interesting in here. Comes out of the Better Roses, Grade 2 stakes race at Belmont at Aqueduct. Finished second, Manny Franco. But Javier is going to steal them out in here. Has been on the horse 2 other times, I do believe, in the fall last year. So we'll see. The horse really hasn't done much in graded stakes. Like the Grade 2 Better Roses was the best race that the horse has seen in quite some time. Does has a pretty good workout at the I believe it's Belmont track. Went 4 furlongs and 47-1, so that's really good coming into this type of race. Really good price right now at 8-1 as well. Third, Soul of an Angel. This one for Safi Joseph, Irad Ortiz. Another one comes out of that Ogden Phipps where Idiomatic ran. Finished 5th in there. Just kind of got off a little bit slow, so we'll see if Irad can get her up a little bit sooner. And she does have a late kick, so we'll see if she's kind of running late as well with Idiomatic. Winner, the Grade 2 Ruffian, 98 speed figure, really good in there. Be watching this one as the spoiler to play for Idiomatic. And a long shot play, 10-1 currently on Kathleen O for Claude McGahee, Vincent Chaminade. We'll get them out again. Comes back into Graded Stakes Company. Comes out of a small stakes race at Monmouth, going on the sloppy track. So it's going to come back to a fast track, possibly for the day. So we'll see if it was just the off track that kind of gave her that luck. Should be a good runner in here. Has a little bit of late kick to her, but she's definitely going to have to run her best race to kind of finish on the board against some of these other horses. All right, so that's kind of the early stakes races 5 and 6. The latter of the races, 10, 11, and 12, kind of come later in the card, and it'll play into that late pick 5, setting it up for the Haskell as well. So race 10 will kick off the finale pick 5, carrying through races 10 through 14 with 3 stakes races, including the Haskell. We have the Monmouth Cup going a mile and an eighth for these Grade 3 runners in here. Top pick, Highland Falls, looks phenomenal coming out of the Blame and the Oaklawn Handicap, even though finished second in there to Skippy Longstocking. The horse just looks in great form. The workouts have been phenomenal. 5 furlongs in 1 and 5 furlongs in 59 and some change. So it looks really good, really sharp, especially coming out of the Blame. The Oaklawn, again, beating Skippy Longstocking was probably the best that the horses ran against of recent. So definitely one that's in the right mode, coming in here to pick up another Grade 3 back-to-back win. Second, if we're going to try to beat it, Tapit Trice comes out of the Travers, finishing 3rd. Obviously, Arcangelo and Disarm in there back in August. Yes, August of 2023. So we'll see what this horse is able to do off of a huge layoff. Has some late speed for it as well. Irad will get them out for the first time for Todd Pletcher on this horse. Has been kind of lightly worked, coming back into things. Nothing really astounding jumping out right now for Tapit Trice. But definitely one that's coming off the bench. We'll see if it can kind of pick up where it was with the Kentucky Derby, Belmont, Haskell, and Travers of last summer. Third to the inside, number 2, Kuchar, is a very interesting horse for Rudy Rodriguez. Flavion Pratt has early and a little bit of late speed as well. Finished 5th in the Suburban, just a terrible run in there. Kind of weakened late, so we'll see if the distance is kind of an issue for Kuchar. But 6-1 is interesting price enough. Bad thing, you have to go back to an optional claiming race to find this horse's last win. And a long shot pick in here, number 6, just a big long shot in Surface to Air. Winner last time out in an allowance, just going a mile. 93 speed figures what stuck out in this monster of a workout. 4 furlongs, 47-1. At 20-1, it's worth it. Take a shot at it. Throw it with Highland Falls and see what can come about it. But kind of a lesser field in here to go a little bit shorter with Highland Falls. Maybe Kuchar, Stage Raider if you have a deep enough ticket. But Highland Falls should be a likely winner in this race. Race 11, mile and 3/8 on the turf. The United Nations, a Grade 2 stakes race. Another fabulous betting race on the grass for these horses for sure. Looking at our top pick on the outside in here is number 10 and Web Slinger 9-2. Right now, Mark Cassie, Luis Saez will get the mount for the first time. Comes out of the Shirleywood, Churchill Downs finished first in there, so kind of like a tune-up race coming in. That was June 15th. Goes back to the Turf Classic, finished third. The Pegasus finished sixth, and then really got things going last summer. So we'll see if Webslinger can kind of pick up some pieces in here in a little bit of a race that I think should have some pace to run into as a late runner, and a definite speed horse that's going to come late running. Next, we're going with 12 Far Bridge, 4-1 Jose Ortiz for Christophe Clement. Comes out of the Manhattan in the Turf Classic, a big 100 speed figure in there. Finished third, was beaten by two monsters of horses in measured time and Nation's Pride. So should be able to run back yet again. Has some late speed like Webslinger. We'll see who gets the first jump. But I think Webslinger probably has a little bit more of a late advantage. And 95 speed figure in the Turf Classic, however, finished fifth in there behind Webslinger and again program trading. Third, we got Adhamo. This one's interesting. Frankie Dettori gets the mount in here. I believe not been on this horse. Finished seventh, a terrible seventh. Was pulled at the 5/8 in the Monmouth Grade 3. Did post a 93 speed figure, however. I believe this horse has ran in here before and won this race maybe in 2022. So we'll see if it has the familiarity, if it can back it up again, go not necessarily back to back, but kind of taking a year off and try to run this race again. Good price right now, 8-1 for a Chad Brown horse. We'll see. It's kind of slacked off, but has ran against a lot of Grade 1 company. We'll see. It's kind of just a shot in the dark here for Adhamo. And our long shot, we're going with Grand Sonata on the rail with Javier and Todd Pletcher. Again, another one that comes out of that Monmouth. Finished 8th in there, just kind of steadied, had nothing whatsoever. Went out to the lead early and tried to press for the lead and just absolutely steadied late. So we'll see if the horse kind of does change up tactics. This could be a different tactic played in here. It looks to be one that maybe should sit off the pace just a little bit more in that third or fourth spot, or maybe in the mid pack, and then try to make a late run. It does have some late speed that could be played into. The workouts look good. Back on July 5th at Monmouth, 4 furlongs, 48. So definitely one that's kind of sharp right now. We'll see if that Monmouth Grade 3 was just a terrible race. Let's see if it backs it up. The horse is usually bet pretty good, so 15-1 is a logical price in here currently. And race 12, we have the big Haskell Stakes. Going a mile and an eighth. The news is Fierceness could be a possible scratch because Rapoli doesn't want to run two horses of his own against each other. So right now our top pick will be Mindframe at 9-5, Irad Ortiz, Todd Pletcher, Rapoli Stables, St. Elias Stables. Finished second in the Belmont to Dornoch, coming off of just two wins, two claiming races and a maiden race. So definitely one that kind of caught a lot of people's attention and probably will be favorited in here for sure. Again, 103, 97, 101 speed figure. There's not much to talk about when you look at this horse, just the way that it's done it. Has enough early speed to get out and be a contender early, and then kind of hopefully be able to chase down whoever is on the lead coming in late, which could possibly be Dornoch as well, yet again in here. Our second pick, we're going with Tuscan Sky. This one comes out of a Pegasus, just a 150K stakes race at Monmouth, so has that Monmouth ground under its belt. Beat out Domestic Product and Haiti, some other horses that have been on the Derby Trail. 99 speed figure was a career best for Tuscan Sky. Definitely was able to back it up after a terrible Wood Memorial. So we'll see if that horse is in the right set or form as well. For Todd Pletcher, this will have Javier Castellano aboard at 9-2. Third, we're going to use Dornoch. Seems to be one, with some early speed. We'll get Luis Saez aboard yet again. So we'll see if it kind of gets that same trip that it got in the Belmont. Go to the lead or try to contend for the lead. And I think the horse should not have any issues. It's just Mindframe is going to know when to go, and will probably catch Dornoch in the stretch for sure late. But definitely one that's, rebounded off of that Kentucky Derby, comes in fresh in the Belmont, comes in here looking for another Grade 1 victory after a 101 speed figure. So the horse is in great form, and it should be, again, another 2-horse race with Dornoch and Mindframe. Long shot plays, this was tough. There's really not a whole lot of prices. Timberlake probably has good value at 8-1, and just has a couple graded stakes races under his belt. Comes off the bench from the Arkansas Derby back in March, so we'll see what this horse is able to do for Brad Cox and Flavion Pratt. Another contender that could run up for the lead with Tuscan Sky and possibly Dornoch, so that's going to be interesting to see who's going to get the lead in there. Again, the horse was beat out by Muth. Mystic Dan has been beat by Fierceness. Timberlake, last win was in the Champagne, or the Rebel, a Grade 2, but the big Champagne was kind of like the Grade 1. So we'll see. Coming off the bench is kind of the big question mark. But obviously we saw kind of what Dornoch was able to do. So we'll see if Timberlake can kind of follow that up as well and post a pretty good speed figure and get in on the trifectas. So only probably going to use 4 in here, maybe 3 in Tuscan Sky, Dornoch, and Mindframe. Deeper tickets, throwing in Timberlake would be a definite big payout for a pick 5 ticket. So there's our picks for the Monmouth card, with the Haskell being the highlight of the day. Unfortunately, probably going to get a couple of scratches in there to see and kind of limit the field to about 5 horses. Hopefully not. So make sure to check down below in the comments. We'll post our full card, our full betting styles for the pick 4s and pick 5s for the day, and leave us your best bet for the weekend as well. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you win big.